What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, as I predicted, retired, legendary, iconic Hall of Fame superstar boxer, 5-division world champion, former pound-for-pound king, pay-per-view king, the man known as Money, undefeated 50-0, Floyd Mayweather Jr. 50 wins, no loss, no draw, 27 big wins by way of knockout. He is 45 years of age, 5'8", with a 72-inch arm reach. Today, Floyd Mayweather, two things took place, okay? Floyd Mayweather held the exhibition bout in Japan in which he knocked out Asakura in the second round with a big right hand. Pull counters. He was hitting him with pull counters all night. Finally, in the second round, in this exhibition bout, Floyd Mayweather caught him with a counter right hand, a pull counter right hand, and sent him flying into a backwards and did a backflip, okay? So he knocked him all the way back and sent him into doing a backflip. With that said, it seems to have set up, as I predicted, a rematch showdown with legendary retired 8-division world champion, iconic Filipino superstar boxer, Manny Pacquiao, who is 43 years of age, okay? They're huge rivals. They did big. They hold the biggest pay-per-view event in the history of sport of boxing. Manny Pacquiao, 62 wins, 8 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout. He himself was knocked out 3 times, 5'5", with a 67-inch arm reach, okay? So with that said, they met. As I told you guys and I predicted, that since Floyd Mayweather was unable to secure that rematch he was looking for with UFC legendary, iconic, superstar, future Hall of Famer Conor McGregor, they took place August of 2017, in which Floyd Mayweather got a 10th round stoppage victory over Conor McGregor. Floyd Mayweather expressed that he wants to face Conor McGregor in the rematch in 2023 in a real fight that would count against his record, okay? And Conor McGregor, he turned it down. First, UFC President Dana White turned it down, said it's not happening. And now Conor McGregor, he turns it down, and he said that, he has no interest in the rematch. So I told you guys, Floyd Mayweather wants another big fight that's going to count against his record, okay? And he wants to make enormous amount of money doing it. And him and Manny Pacquiao, they hold the record for the biggest pay-per-view in the history of the sport of boxing. They fought back in May of 2015, and Floyd Mayweather won a unanimous decision. Now, for 5 years, everybody wanted to see this fight since 2010, okay? When Floyd Mayweather made his comeback in September of 2009 against Manny Pacquiao's biggest rival, or second biggest rival, in 4-division world champion, Mexican superstar, Hall of Fame, iconic boxer, Juan Manuel Marquez. Floyd Mayweather came back. He fought Ricky Hatton December of 2007, and he was out the ring for almost 2 years. He came back September of 2009, and he fought Marquez, and that's when the ball got rolling for him and Pacquiao, a realistic fight. And it didn't come to fruition, okay? He ended up fighting Shane Mosley, Victor Ortiz, Miguel Cotto, Robert Guerrero, Canelo Alvarez, Marcos Maidana twice, and finally it was announced that he's going to fight Manny Pacquiao, okay? And the fight came, and it was a little bit of anticlimax because it didn't, the product inside the ring didn't live up to the billing, okay? And so with that said, many people expected, there to be, big action and a lot of drama in the fight. And any hardcore boxing fan knew that wasn't going to be the case, and knew that Floyd Mayweather was going to nullify Manny Pacquiao's biggest weapon, which was his left hand. And Manny Pacquiao is not, he doesn't use both hands. He's left hand dominant, to say the least. So when you eliminate his left hand, it causes frustration. And he's not comfortable just solely using his right hand. He don't set up punches. He's just explosive with a left hand. And so it just didn't live up to the billing 5 years later. But the fight itself is sold, okay? So today, Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao held a press conference in Japan. And Manny Pacquiao is now getting into, exhibition-style fights after his shocking, dominating one-sided loss to Cuban star, former WBA welterweight world champion Yordenis Ugas, where he got dominated. Pacquiao got dominated. And Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, they came face to face. Floyd Mayweather talked about, how he's the greatest fighter in the world in the history of the sport of boxing. Manny Pacquiao responded. So they went back and forth at this press conference, right? And, Floyd Mayweather said, don't allow these people to get you beat up again, right? So that's what Floyd Mayweather had to say, right? So he went in on Manny Pacquiao at this press conference. He had a chain on, an American flag chain Floyd Mayweather had on, obviously, this was staged press conference to have Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather in the same room. And I told you guys, right, that once Conor McGregor and Dana White shut down the opportunity and the possibility of Floyd Mayweather fighting against Conor McGregor in a rematch, I told you guys that the next move was going to be a rematch with Manny Pacquiao, right? It just makes sense. So Floyd Mayweather, he had this to say, quote, there's no blueprint on how to beat Floyd Mayweather. He can tell you that himself, referring to Manny Pacquiao. He said, no one has the blueprint on how to beat Floyd Mayweather. Don't let them trick you into getting this whipping again, okay? Manny Pacquiao responded, he's older than me. I'm still young. So what I have done and accomplished in the sport of boxing, to win 8 divisions is not easy to do, not an easy feat. So they're going back and forth. But I told you guys, right, that this was possibly on the horizon because Floyd Mayweather wants one more official fight. And it's not a coincidence that a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, 3-division world champion, undisputed in 2 separate weight classes, the GOAT, Carissa Shields, who was training with Floyd Mayweather, stated that Floyd Mayweather is very sharp and she won't be surprised to see him fighting in a real fight, and that she also looked at it from a standpoint and said that he can beat the best of the best at the welterweight division. Then you have his trainer, GT the Great, Gerald, who stated that he's expecting Floyd Mayweather to have another official boxing match before he hangs it up. Everything Floyd Mayweather does is strategic. He wants to gauge and test and see just how many people is interested in actually seeing him fight an official fight. And what other fight to do than a rematch with Manny Pacquiao? It still has enough luster and momentum that people will pay for it. Is it going to do the record-breaking numbers it did when they fought in 2015? No. Okay, but is it going to do 1 million pay-per-views? For sure. Is it going to do big purses? For sure. Is it going to sell out? For sure. Okay, regardless if Floyd Mayweather's 46 and Manny Pacquiao's 43 or 44, however old they are, it's going to sell. People want to see them share the ring. Even if it's exhibition style, 10-round fight. Like I said, this was an exhibition tonight, and Floyd Mayweather knocked his opponent out with a right hand. So, they're exhibitions, but Floyd Mayweather's competing. He's a competitor, and Manny Pacquiao's a competitor. And there was a lot of excuses on the part of Manny Pacquiao after the fight, the highly anticipated fight. Manny Pacquiao stated that, he had an injured shoulder going into the fight, and that they wouldn't let him get his treatment, so he couldn't use his left and right hand, and all types of excuses because it was embarrassment, point blank and period. For all these years, he was built up. Excuse me. He was built up for all these years as the man of the throne and put a blemish on on Floyd Mayweather's resume, and he was not able to do it. And not only was he not able to do it, but it wasn't even a competitive fight, if we want to truly be honest. And because of that, Manny Pacquiao was embarrassed, point blank and period. And because he was embarrassed, he made up a bunch of excuses as to why he lost. And that, kind of, watered down Floyd Mayweather's victory. And the fight itself was not that exciting on top of that. So you had Roy Jones, a legend, icon, Hall of Fame superstar. Roy Jones, he came out and he said a fight still ain't break out to this day between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, and Floyd Mayweather and Oscar De La Hoya. So it's abundantly clear Roy Jones is not a big fan of those fights, right? So it just wasn't as exciting as people thought. But, you know, people are investing in it. People are still believers, and people just want to see Floyd Mayweather in the ring. Manny Pacquiao still has a huge fan base. They want to see him in the ring. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that fight, point blank and period. So it looks like it's going to happen. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. I think Floyd Mayweather is still sharp enough to do what he does best and beat Manny Pacquiao, because you look at him, he's still very smart, still high ring IQ, still boxing ability, still have quick hands. You know, got to get in, you know, you got to have a full training camp. But he's still sharp. His reflexes is still there. And he's still going to win the fight, period. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.